Hello, good evening, welcome. It's Monday night, it's 8 o'clock and it's Wedding Cues Live. I'm Gavin Jones.
I'm Andy Murphy. Hello, good afternoon. How are you? Hope you're well.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, sorry.
It's alright.
Don't start. Thanks for joining us. Got a really exciting show for you this time with The Word is Love. Ollie and Susie will be here, and multi-award-winning magician Sam Fitton. They'll be here to show us what they do, how they do it, and feel free to ask us questions about those guys.
We're just to let you know where we are. We're on the 7th in Media City, owned by the Eclectic Hotels Group. Is that right?
It is, yes. The Eclectic Hotels, who own Great John Street, King Street Townhouse on the 7th. Great wedding venue, lots of different spaces here you can use. Well worth a look, and we thank them for letting us use their space this evening.
Just in case anybody doesn't know who we are, like I say, I'm Gavin. I'm the lead singer of a band called The Rush, and I also own a company called BandTube, which gets bands for weddings. So two sides.
Yeah, I'm Andy Murphy, I'm a wedding DJ. I also host weddings and organising networking events for wedding suppliers across the Northwest, which keeps us all in tow sometimes, doesn't it? It was a good night out.
It always is, yeah.
Can be,
a little bit too much. So what we're going to do is, in case anyone didn't see the last one, we're going to show you a little quip. The last one was a photography special. We had a fantastic photographer on called Johnny Draper. He came along and we had a good chat at Owen House Wedding Barn, didn't we?
It did. Owen House Wedding Barn looked amazing. Johnny did really well. Gave us lots of information about how you approach weddings and all those questions that bride and grooms do have. He answered them all very well.
It was really interesting.
So we're going to run that clip. It's only about a minute long, so you can have a look and see what happened on the last one. So let's run VT. We'll look down there now.
I'm Johnny Draper. I'm a wedding photographer and work with these guys quite a lot. Have done for quite a few years, so they very kindly asked me to pop down tonight and have a chat with them and with hopefully some people who are interacting about all things wedding photography. I'm really lucky. All my wedding couples are amazing and kind of book me for what I do, and of course they have a lot of input into what that is, but it's almost quite liberating for somebody to say, yeah, the reason we're booking you is because we like what you actually do, so we're not going to try and change that. We're going to just say, yeah, we want to do this, that and the other cool stuff, want you to shoot loads of reportage, documentary stuff, but we just want you to have a great time at our wedding, and that by being given that freedom, you shoot the best stuff. Check your emails next week. It'll be coming up soon, Lindsay.
General pre-wedding shoot sort of thing, how does that work? What is it? Maybe people don't know what
it's difficult. It's really, actually, I try really hard not to talk about the pre-wedding shoot too much with my brides and grooms, because it's actually, if I tried to describe it, I think it would terrify them, which is probably not the best thing for me to be saying right now. But
no, I get that.
It's very, very spontaneous and organic. It kind of starts out in one way, and I've got to really read them really quickly and see what they're comfortable with and see what they're happy with. So it basically starts out with a location that we've agreed on, whatever that might be, and going forward from that, it's about me getting it right, basically, and not putting them under pressure that is, I always have the same thing that I say all the time to brides and grooms. The last thing I ever want to do is have a bride and groom stood in front of me going out the corner of their mouths to each other, this isn't what we wanted to be doing, and all sort of feeling awkward, and so it's about getting over all that, and generally I try and do them a couple, 3 months before the wedding.
Are we on there? Cool, so there we go. That was a little insight to how things progressed at the last Wedding Cues Live. Massive thank you to Johnny Draper.
Yeah, he was a star, wasn't he? And thank you very much to Owen House Wedding Barn as well.
Incredible venue in Knutsford, and get booking Owen House Farm. It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. Where were you at the weekend?
The weekend I did a private event in a house in Knutsford, so can't really say much about that, but it was a 40th birthday, so that's all I can say.
Good do, yeah?
Yeah, it was good. It was a house party, marquee out the back.
Craziness.
Bit of craziness, bit of a late finish, finish at 12 o'clock, all that.
Yeah.
1:30, still going. But, what about yourself?
I just had a couple of bar gigs, so we did a place called the Symposium in Wilmslow, which was absolutely chocker. Honestly, it was a really, really great night. And then we did Jack Rabbits in Knutsford.
Two great venues.
So yeah, we had a great night there as well. So I loved it. Loved that week.
We should mention that because that sometimes gives people the opportunity to go and see you guys, almost like not an audition, but because you don't do that many public gigs.
Well, the problem is we get so booked up with the private stuff that there's got to be an outlet for people to come and see. And we've got like loads of videos, and that's sort of what they're there for, so people can go, oh, that's what they're like live, and our videos are live, but it's not the same as coming and experiencing the atmosphere when you're there. So it's really important, stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's good for you because, as you said, you have to be at the gig to see you play the video. You can't really sense
completely.
Fair play, it's good. So our next guest, our first guest on this week's instalment is Sam Fitton, who's a multi-award-winning wedding DJ.
Well done.
Yeah. And Sam has been wowing crowds across the UK for the past 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
He's a great lad, really funny, really easy to get on with, and we're going to bring Sam in. But before we do, we're going to have a little clip here.
Roll VT.
What's
that magician? He is a wizard.
Thanks very much, Sam. Thanks. As if by magic.
I know, just like that, eh?
See what we did there?
I know.
How are you, Sam? You okay, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Can I just say you are looking very well?
Oh, thank you.
Have you lost a bit of weight? You're looking a bit fresh.
I have. Yeah, I've lost quite a bit of weight. This is what a house move over Christmas does to you.
It suits you. Look well, mate.
Yeah,
well.
Thanks.
And you've just returned from a short breakaway skiing, haven't you?
I have. I've spent the last week in France skiing in an attempt to keep the weight off. However, the après and meat and cheese that you get out there, as everyone knows, it skis. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Very mixed weather, but yeah, it was good. It was good fun.
And in terms of business, how is the wedding world for you at the minute?
Good, busy. Last year was my busiest ever year. The year before that was just a ramp up to that, and then to be honest, every year it's got busier. This year, January, as any wedding supplier, you guys all know, and people watching who have probably inquired to many wedding suppliers, I imagine, over the last month or so, will know that it's just mental. There are so many inquiries, there's so many emails. I was talking to Susie earlier, who's obviously been going on a bit, and she's had tons of emails to reply to. So everyone has. So you just snowed under, no pun intended, with the skiing trip.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you before we sort of get started is, how did you get started?
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't have that romantic story of like your parents buying you a Paul Daniels magic set.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Sorry.
Let's bring Ollie and Susie on.
I know, right? I did get one eventually after months and years of nagging, but it was a bit rubbish really. What really kind of kick-started it was I had an operation when I was a kid, and on the way to that operation my parents were like, oh, you can have anything you want from this toy shop. It's called Daisy and Tom's, it used to be in Manchester.
Know it, yeah.
And it's not there anymore, it's something else, Flats probably. I don't know what it is now.
Is it not Ben Brazil now?
Yeah, no, probably a restaurant or something, Coffee Costa probably. But no, there was this guy in there doing magic, and I was baffled, and so I managed to convince my parents to let me have one of these tricks, and it all started from there really. The operation was actually had my eyes taken out, so it was a pretty big deal as a kid. It was to correct my sight, and I remember waking up from the operation having to kind of prove I could see, which is as gross as it sounds because your eyes lock shut, and trying to open my eyes, the first thing I saw was my dad playing with this trick. And that was it. That was the last thing I saw for about a week.
Life-changing moment.
What age was that?
I was 11.
Right.
10, 11. Yeah, something like that. It was the 3rd of March.
But you didn't go straight into magic, did you? There's a bit of an interesting career before magic, which I hope you don't mind me asking.
Yeah. I've had a bit of an eclectic career, you could call it.
Yeah.
I know you see what I did there. Thank you. I'm glad I'm getting acknowledged. I went to university. I kind of followed kind of an academic path initially because I was one of those kids at school that did well at things, and so you're going to be a doctor, right? So I went to university. I ended up starting on biomed and finished with an environmental biology degree. Random, I know, for a magician. But magic was always a hobby. Like it'd always been a hobby, and it's how I kind of paid my way a little bit during kind of breaks from uni, and during uni used to get on loads of the student nights out and gigs and stuff, and used to get paid and drink at clubs at uni and stuff for doing magic in the bars.
Sounds like a rush gig, that.
And then it does sound like a rush gig.
That's never happened with a rush
and to be honest, when I left uni I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just knew I didn't want to do anything to do with biology.
And so I ended up joining the police. I know, right? I know. So I did that for a couple of years, and then I quit that because I realised it was rubbish. Sorry if there are any coppers out there. It is really, isn't it? Let's face it. You don't get paid enough. There's easier ways to make a living, trust me, quit.
You're breaking the fourth wall then.
I know, I am, aren't I? I know, I'm so sorry, I'm just talking to them. But yeah, so I kind of went out and I did that for a couple of years, and I quit that, and I ended up getting a job working for local government, which was even worse than the police. So I quit that after a couple of years and thought, sack it, I'm going to do this full time. It was actually my other half, Claire, that said, just quit and do this.
What a career change, I mean, from the police into the world of weddings.
Well, I believe I'm not the only wedding supplier that does that. There are a couple of other wedding suppliers that I know that were in jobs like that just went, you know what, sick of this.
I've seen a couple this week on Facebook who, as their status, they've resigned from their day job. I don't want to mention too many names, but there's a guy who's been an architect. There's another chap who was in the police as well.
Accountants.
Accountants.
All these kind of high, kind of pressure jobs where you just think, sack it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about weddings. Let's move on to what we're here for and talk about weddings. So, I mean, when is the best time for you to provide your service? Is it before dinner, during dinner, after dinner, or all three? What do you think?
I actually think there's only two good times in a wedding day to have a magician or any kind of interactive entertainment, as I call it. Drinks reception and the turnover. I get loads of inquiries for the wedding breakfast. Who the hell thinks that's a good idea? Trust me, it's not. Never do it. It's a terrible idea because
people are eating, aren't they?
Yeah, people are eating. You end up with cards in the gravy boat, and it just gets messy. You're pulling cards from drumsticks. It's just not. It's not pretty.
Could be your next trick.
Absolutely, card from drumstick.
Brilliant.
And it just gets a bit messy, and you're dancing between serving staff, and the bride and groom are looking at you, looking at the guests, and looking at you again, and going, "Why aren't you doing your magic?"
No, I totally get the drink reception. When
Drinks
I've worked with you, the fantastic thing about you is it's not just the magic; it's the banter as well.
Oh yeah,
the banter's very important.
Fantastic banter with the guests.
Oh, I'd probably say 50% of my act is magic.
You've got a lot of personality. You get them on side. You make them laugh. And that's the brilliant thing about you when I've worked with you.
Oh, thanks.
Not a problem.
It does make a difference. I mean,
there's that 20 quid.
You've got
is it not behind here?
That would be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it?
Here we go again.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
But you have to be liked, and people have to like you in order for them to engage with you.
Absolutely, you have to be super kind of friendly, and obviously, I mean, naturally, I quite like just walking to random people and saying hello anyway. So when it comes to weddings, it's just about building that rapport with guests. Once you've got that rapport, you can do the magic, and trust me, the magic's good, but
it's amazing.
You're almost your entertainment value, your showman side has to kind of outweigh the magic somewhat, because especially on a wedding day, because you're there to make sure guests have a good time, the bride and groom know that their guests are being looked after, and that you get amazing photographs. People. I've worked with, obviously Johnny was a guest last week. Worked with Johnny quite a few times, and you can create some amazing kind of photo moments for photographers, which obviously live long in the memory of the couples then and the guests.
Of course.
So that's the best time, I think, the drink reception. But then you also have the turnover after the kind of the wedding breakfast, which I think is massively important.
Would you do both? Would you do the drink reception, have a break, and then do after dinner?
Yeah. So to be honest, I find if you've got kind of a typical wedding, I'd say is about 100 guests, right? Maybe 120 during the day. You can get some smaller than that, but most of the weddings I go to are about 100 guests.
Okay.
And I'd say do 2 hours during the drink reception or 2 hours during your turnover. Because most wedding days that's going to occur, those kind of gaps.
Well, the turnover is kind of a grey area where people are back to the room
it's
or
a
milling about.
time, and people quite often ask me, can we have an act singing? And I'd always say no at that point. But you're perfect. I'd say that would work a lot better than someone singing. To be honest,
have you been to many weddings as a guest?
Not enough.
One in August. It was a real eye opener.
So loads of my friends are getting married at the moment, and you do notice this phenomena. I call it the kind of wedding zombies, and it's when all your guests nod off. After the food, everyone chills out, they all nod off.
Back to the rooms.
And you end up with, if you're trying to build a party atmosphere ready for the evening, you've got a great band or DJ booked, and you're trying to get a crowd going. You're trying to wake them up from being zombies to getting on the dance floor. Nightmare. You need something to kind of act as an interim between those two things, and that's why I think it works really well then as well.
Is it just card tricks you do, or do you do other stuff as well? Is it all
do
card
all
based?
sorts. A lot of it's card because I don't get to spend much time with individual guests.
Right.
So if I go up to a group of people, I need to make an impression fast.
Yep.
You guys know I use fire quite a bit in my act. Don't get
yes.
too worried out there.
We've had a comment already. Set something on fire.
Set something on fire. I'm known for my fire. I think. I do like. Oh, thanks very much. Yeah. Cheers. Do I get to take that home with me? No.
Steph.
It's a shame.
Eclectic is not taking that.
Thanks. But no, it's
so card tricks and a bit of fire, a bit of drama.
Absolutely, yeah. To be honest, I'll do whatever kind of fits with that group of people.
Yeah.
It's just most of the time because I don't get to spend. Maybe I'm spending 5 or 6 minutes with each group of people at a wedding. I've got to have that impression and build that rapport quickly, and so doing something like cards is easy because everyone knows what it is. You don't have to explain. Look, I have 3 coins here. These 3 coins, and you get out cards. People know you're a magician. Yeah. No other reason for you to have cards at a wedding. Yeah. Whereas if you get coins out, you look like granddad trying to give the kids some cash. Don't you?
Who's the most famous person you've done a trick for? Myself not included.
I've got quite a good list actually.
That's
really amazing.
I've got quite a good. I've been fortunate to work for the United team quite a few times.
Oh, brilliant!
So sorry, Andy. I know you're a City fan there, so I saw you choke. It's all right. I've met the City lads as well.
Why didn't I choke?
I met the Dandruff lad as well. What was he called? Joe Hart. That's the one. Head and shoulders.
He's a keeper.
Yeah. This is getting rid of him, isn't it? So who's that good?
Wow.
I'm here all week. Come and try the veal.
Andy Murphy, DJ, comedian, and wedding host, bespoke wedding host.
All that, yeah.
So probably, I think the most fun I've ever had with a group of people was a table at United's Christmas party where I had basically the Roonies, Juan Mata, at the time Robin Van Persie, Falcao, just a whole table of people, and to be honest, as a performer, I kind of go into performer mode. Probably the same with you when you're on stage. Probably the same when you're behind your DJ booth. You go into a frame.
You almost develop a character, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've said that to you loads of times. Yeah.
Absolutely. You go into you put on the suit, you put on the gear, you go on that stage. You're almost a different person. Yeah. And that's what I did. I went up to this table, went into it, did my act. I'm about 3 or 4 minutes in, and then I just went.
Falcao got injured.
And then I know, right? Yeah, he didn't score, did he?
Sorry for that.
But then it was just this moment of
shit. You can say that. So
these are these like amazing people. Like, what do I do?
Big names as well. Big names.
Started sweating. Nicest guy I've met is Juan Mata. He actually, the second time I got booked for United, I walked in the room and he went, "Sam, magician."
No way, that's amazing.
Yeah, he said, "You are the best magician in the UK." So it's on my website, that quote. Yeah. And I was like, I'm quoting you, Juan. And he taught me a little bit of kind of Spanish for the magic at the time. And he was so nice because he actually remembered me, which was mental. Yeah. So to have that was a moment where I was like, oh my God.
That's nice.
Yeah, that was
cool. Well, listen, thanks for joining us. We're going to take some questions in a minute. But before we take questions, we're going to introduce our next guests who are going to come on and talk about all things to do with letters and props and stuff for weddings. So before we introduce Ollie and Susie from The Word Is Love, we're just going to show you a little clip of what they do.
Ollie and Susie, as if by magic.
Hi!
Lovely to see you. Thanks very much for coming down.
Thanks for having us on.
How are you guys? You okay?
Yeah.
Looking well, looking fresh?
Thanks very much.
Good, thank you.
Busy weekend?
It was busy.
I think 5 events this weekend.
Some weddings. 40th. Everybody's having their 40th birthday recently.
That's interesting. I've had loads of those.
I noticed that.
Yeah, our numbers are pretty busy at the moment. So out of wedding season, birthdays, events. And
fashion shows.
Yeah, fashion shows, charity events. And
that's right, because you were at the Tatton, weren't you? At the Tatton wedding show.
Yeah.
Was that a big success for you guys?
Busy. I think they said it was the busiest one that they've ever had. It was incredible, the response that we got. So,
and you guys supplied lots of different stands, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, we weren't going to be there, so we had letters, the rustic ones on Owen's Barn. We had the new rose gold glitter ones. On Mr. and Mrs. W's. Yeah. and then we did Fizz for Tatton,
Yeah,
for the Prosecco bar.
pots.
And then we decided to have our own, so we literally just lit up the whole place. It was great.
It is. And we'd like to thank Ollie and Susie for the, obviously you can see the cues live in the background with the floating S, which is magical.
Apostrophe S.
Looks amazing, doesn't it? And you can see it on the screen there, looks fab. Gary, do you want to start with the first question?
I was just, again, I mean, I hate to be boring, but I just wanted to know how you start, where did you come from, how did you start, where did you get the idea from? You know, that sort of stuff is interesting to me, because, you know, anything about business and where people get their inspiration from, you know.
Glenn, where did we come from?
I popped the question, basically, and then we started planning the wedding, and then we'd seen him on Pinterest, I think, in America, maybe.
Yeah.
Nobody in the UK was doing him at the time, outside of London.
Yeah.
Nobody would deliver up north, so we thought, yeah, we'll build our own set.
I think with love letters, especially something so big, is if you see it, you want it, and it's like an impulsive thing. So I was like, I want it, and I couldn't get it. So I was, we just said, oh, well, let's try making them then.
So then Ollie got his Black & Decker out.
Wow. The good thing is that Ollie's dad is really good at woodwork, and he's retired now, so he's the kind of driving force behind us as well, because that's how we can make so many letters and so many props so quickly, as well as Ollie, because we'll say, oh, we need an A and we need an S, and he'll just make it for us. So he made the letters
or an
for us.
apostrophe S.
Or an apostrophe S.
Never been seen before, you know what I mean?
It's a first.
We come up with the ideas and he just makes them.
So
it's
do
something that you
you
really
have
want
the whole alphabet, or is there a letter that you've never used?
The Q doesn't go out much, that's the only one.
Yeah.
It will now.
It's going to go out.
Yeah,
every other letter, some more than others. Like love, we've got, I think, 9 different one-off sets of love. And then probably 150 odd.
Yeah,
So you mentioned you've got a few loves there. So you've got love as just a plain love like that, but you've also got a few variants, haven't you? Talk about the variants you've got.
We've got, I think the first one we did was this 6-foot one, and then we've got a neon pink one, rustic wood one.
We're actually going to put some pictures of these on our feed afterwards, so you can see what they look like.
So we've got the floral in 4 foot. We've got our new glitter collection. So
Gorgeous.
It's the silver glitter. Hi, Hannah Ingram. She was our competition winner.
She's on.
Salford,
She's watching. Yeah.
So you won the silver glitter and the rose gold glitter, which has just an amazing response at Tatton. So that's probably our most, our newest love that's had the biggest.
Yeah, at the last wedding cues at Owen House Barn, we had the rose gold at the back, and it's gorgeous. It's a very unique colour, and it seems to be quite a popular colour with it, rose gold. Is that a trend across the whole wedding world?
Well, I asked with was it Jill at Special Days? I just said, out of the people who book you, what's the most popular colour, or what would out of gold, rose gold and silver, and she said rose gold, silver and then gold, so I was like, well, let's just go with rose gold, and it's just the response.
If you look at what people like Matt Heppelstone are doing, like with his floral displays and top tables,
there's a lot of copper around,
rose gold, so just trying to time with what people are doing, so we can all come together and sort of create the overall effect.
Good, it's lovely. It's completely different from just the white letters. You can have, as you said, the flowers inside and the rose gold, and you're moving on to neon now.
I love the neon actually. The neon looks amazing.
Yeah, we want to do more one-off pieces, backdrops, more writing scrolls. So I'm going to get more involved with the creativity, not just wooden letters and building and sanding. I'm going to make things more pretty. And whenever we provide something, a florist can come in and build on it. So if we have a frame that can sit behind a top table, the florist can come in and put some foliage on it and hang some flowers from it. So it's just what you make of it. So it's all individual to your wedding.
So where is the best position, or what is the most popular position for the word love? Is it behind the top table, or?
Well, it depends. If you want it there all day, we can set up in the morning, so you can have it all day. We can set up in the afternoon for a big reveal. At Star Lodge, you've got the curtain. So if you've got your surname, tabletop Mr. and Mrs. on top of your surname, you can have a big reveal for the afternoon. So I think it's just a good photo opportunity for
I saw recently you had I don't know how you describe it, but it looked like not a big blackboard, but it was a big board with loads of stuff written on it.
Our new chalkboard.
The chalkboard. It was a blackboard. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Chalkboard backdrop. Yeah. So that was at Tatton. We had a good response to that as well. So we've had someone sign right on either side of the board, and then we personalise it with your name and your wedding date. So it's a good photo opportunity.
And if how quickly do you get booked up, or can you just take as many weddings as you can in one day?
Yeah, so people are like, oh, are you booked up yet? And I'm just like, well, I'm booked up when I'm doing 50 a weekend and I can't get any more drive. No. But we get booked up 2-3 years in advance, up to the week before. So
But you do multiple, don't you?
On the main busy weekends, like August Bank Holiday, May Bank Holiday, you've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday weddings. Yeah, they're really busy.
20 a weekend, but but we like to be busy and we hate to say no. So if I can not say no, I won't say no, even if it's
travel anywhere.
Yeah, up to an hour and a half.
Northwest, but it's expanding. Special allowances,
Well, I've done a few events where it's been up at the lakes, but you will go the extra mile if it.
It depends how busy it is. If it's on a Monday, I don't mind a day in the lakes. We go up to the lakes. But
what's the longest name you've ever put out? Do you think? Can you remember?
It's a big
Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's amazing.
Didn't you do the O'Shaughnessy?
No, not us.
Are you sure?
For argument's sake, yes.
Are you sure?
I don't know. We've done a long surname.
Right, okay. But you're happy to adapt to any surname and supply it?
If it's too long, people have Mr. and Mrs. B or,
It depends on
or just your surname. We did Baker and it was just the surname.
Another thing I want to ask is sometimes when I get to a gig and your letters are there, they can be sometimes at the top table and then somebody says we need to move them to the dance floor. Is it okay to move them? They're perfectly safe to move. There's no danger to...
When I'm setting up in the morning, we'll generally have arranged it previously with the staff at the venue that it's going to be moved. Okay. Maybe either the groomsmen could be assigned to move it, or the actual staff at the venue.
We don't want the bride just moving letters because they want them moved, but if we speak to the wedding coordinators before and they're happy to move them, that's fine. If it's tabletop letters on top of a surname, I generally say no, I don't like them moved, but it's something that we can discuss beforehand. And
if it's a venue we work with a lot, say like Heaton House, they'll move them all the time because we've got like 2 different areas, like the main barn and then sort of the dance floor area, so they'll quite happily move them.
Yeah.
But,
people love to have them in front of the dance floor, and if they want to move the love from the reception into the...
Cool.
And a question I've just thought, if someone wanted to buy some letters for their house.
So we've done that. Where was it? Was it Nunsmere Hall? I think we set up. Yeah, they want to buy it.
Sold.
We set up some initials, N and R, I think it was. We made them a little bit smaller because they wanted them smaller for the house. And then we just left them there, and then they took them home with them.
Wow.
So but we only did it once or twice. So we try not to because it's time consuming. The offer's there.
Okay, well, we do have a few questions coming in. We've got a question here, which is for you, Sam, yes, and it's from Hannah Ingram.
Oh.
And she goes, I think I need Sam at our wedding to prevent the wedding zombies.
Yeah.
So she's not actually asked this question, but I think what she's saying is, how do you prevent the wedding zombie from, when dinner's finished and everyone's a bit, tired and yawny and hot and sticky and they want to disappear, how do we stop that happening?
The easiest way to stop your guests vanishing initially is to tell them not to, which sounds really stupid because at the end of, but it's dead obvious, right? At the end of your wedding breakfast, what generally happens is the speeches happen and then someone says, right, okay, thanks everybody, dinner's over. And then everyone kind of dissipates. People go back to their rooms, people go to the bar, some people go out to the car. Whereas actually...
That's all right.
Did someone give Susie a hug? She's getting a bit emotional.
Does anyone have any calms? But honestly, just get one of the groomsmen to stand up, or the groom himself, and just say, look everyone, meet back here at the bar in 20 minutes, you can go and freshen up, we've got entertainment. Yeah. And immediately your guests know what to do, there's a plan.
I'd always leave them let them have a bit of comfort break though. I always say that to my brides and grooms.
The faffing period.
Yeah, just let them do. Yeah, totally, Sam.
Yeah. There's always that faffing period, and then
definitely,
obviously then start your entertainment. Say 15-20 minutes after guests have had that faffing time.
Give them a shot.
Do drink responsibly.
Johnny Draper's joined in.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
Standard, and he's asking, can Sam cut Ollie in half?
He didn't actually. He asked for you to be cut in half.
Oh right.
Yeah.
No, it says can Sam cut Ollie in half?
No, I've got. Can you get Sam to cut Murph in half?
Oh really?
Says,
okay.
yes.
No need for that, really, is there?
15 grand.
Okay. There
was no, I've got that. I'll get a loan.
Yes, I'll do it later.
How quickly can I get a loan from like one of those? Really? Yeah.
So Gemma Louise has said, show us a trick. We're going to move on to a trick in a few moments. Emma Draper wants to know what's in the mugs. Never you mind. Good evening to Alan Keegan. He's joined. Ellie Pike has joined us as well. Scott Wellesby's out there as well. We've got lots of people coming in. Kyle Davis says, book Sam now if you want him, guys. Very busy chap. Great guy. So,
cheers, Kyle.
There you go. Adam Everson from Vanilla in All Seasons. He's joined us. Not as tight this time, Adam. And he just says he loves the rustic love.
Oh, thanks.
So Heath asked, what's your favourite venue to put letters in?
Oh, it's definitely
Style Lodge.
All of them. We love our venues.
Yeah, it was our most popular venue last year.
Yeah, Heaton House, most popular. How many did we do? 14.
Do you have a showroom for your letters?
That's a great question.
By prior appointment.
Yeah, we've moved into our new warehouse, /workshop /photo studio /office. So if there is, we do a lot of wedding fairs and open days. So if you want to just message me and ask where we are next, then you can
forward slashes.
Oh yeah, you can do everything. Yeah.
Do forward slash and hashtags.
And if you want to request that something be there, then I can bring it and you can have a look at it.
Where's the warehouse?
In Altrincham. We're based in Altrincham, yeah.
Jack Fowler, would you advise letters being set up in a separate area to the band?
I don't know. What do you think? Do they get?
I don't know. When we play at Owen House Farm, they have that little stand and you put the letters behind us, and they're great. When I did Nicola Baker's wedding, hello Nicola,
top wedding,
watching, it's a great wedding. She had the letters set up in front of the stage.
And do you like that?
No.
Ah, see, I like that.
Have a think about that,
I told her on the night, I went, we need to get these letters moved. The problem for me is I'm never on stage. I'm always in the crowd and I'm back on stage.
Moving
so
around.
It was just a bit of a barrier, but I mean, it depends on what other bands
It depends
think.
on the venue. I suppose if they're behind the band, you don't see them, but then you don't see the band, and it depends how interactive the band is with the guests. So,
I mean, going back to what you said before about where's the best place to set them up, I think next to the dance floor for us is the best.
You get
the cracking first dance shot. You get the reflection on the floor, you get the crowd all around, and it makes.
And it's somewhere to put your pint as well, isn't it?
No drinks, go near.
Definitely.
You must see that quite a lot. Do your letters get damaged much? Do they come back covered in red wine and beer and?
Yeah,
it's part and parcel of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we take a security deposit, which we've never taken. I mean, if they get splashed, we sand them down and repaint them before every time they go out, so they look fresh every single time. So,
you do. I've always seen you've always got paint on your fingers.
Yeah,
always carrying spare bulbs.
Yeah.
Ed.
Nicola and Tom Baker now fuming.
Yeah. All right.
If anyone doesn't know that Nicola's actually my cousin.
Oh, great question. I've often wondered this myself. This question from Debbie Marks. She wants to know, can letters go outside?
Great question.
Yeah.
The rustic ones can. They have
Go on, Debbie.
Waterproof ball festoons in them. On a sunny day, I guess they can go outside, but we say that they don't go outside.
Yeah, we prefer them inside.
Could you not have them in like a perspex box? Would that not be an option in the future, do you think? Or
possibly.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Perspex box.
Perspex box. What, David Blaine? What
the letters in like
a. In the tent?
Yeah, like the letters in a like perspex letters. I'm giving too much away here. Could be an idea.
Yeah, we could have gone to that.
The word is outside.
Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
So I'll see you next week.
That's been what it keeps like.
You have a studio for your letters. That's from Kristen. Yes. Any other questions we have here? Ed says hello. He's a fellow magician.
Hello, Ed.
Ed Graffer, is it?
Crayford. That's my mum.
Hello, Mum.
Hi, Janet.
Hello, Mum.
Right.
Thanks, Mum.
So a few people have been asking about a magic trick.
Yeah.
Is there any chance we can have a magic trick?
We can do something, yeah.
What can you do for us?
Have we got that time?
Well,
Should we do it?
It's getting there, isn't it?
Do it? Yeah, okay then. Let's try this. So, I have planned a little something. I thought, well, seeing as these guys were here as well from The Word Is Love, we'd team up and do some sort of magic The Word Is Love themed trick. So, Ollie knows what to do. Ollie,
I'll disappear.
let's do it. And I have in here, obviously, a deck of cards. I told you I use these quite often.
Right, okay.
When I don't have much time, obviously, as we don't tonight, but just for the camera actually at home, you can see these aren't all different and they are all mixed up as well. That's very important, obviously, because you're out there, we're in here. And just to be clear, we've not set anything up. We've not arranged anything between you two and us. Granted, you're in on it. Granted.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Brilliant. Anyway, so let's try this, Gav.
Okay, mate.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to move these just round here, just so you can see the cards, and hopefully the camera will catch this as well. I'm going to take them out and slide them across the table like this. Can you hold your hand up just above them like that? Perfect. And what you need to do is move it forward and backwards, and whenever you want, stop. You're sure?
Was that not the right one?
Are you it can be.
I'm only messing.
Are you sure?
No, yeah, that's the one, yeah.
That's definitely the one you want. Okay, let's move all these away. Take your finger off just very lightly. Excellent. And you can take that away. Hold it close to your chest for me. Excellent. Now, as I showed you earlier, they are all different and all mixed up. But let's move. Let's switch cameras. Come with me, Gav. Come with me.
Where are you going? What's happening?
Come with me. We're going to roll around here. Hopefully. Gav, come with me. We'll switch cameras, have we? We are also okay. This is the prediction I made earlier. I took the cards, they were all mixed up. You've had a good look and you know what it is now, yeah? Excellent, okay. Obviously you guys don't know what this is, but we shall show them. You can do it in a minute, yeah, in a minute. We mixed up, the cards are mixed up, you spread them out, you stopped anywhere you wanted. I even gave you the option to change your mind because you thought you'd done it wrong. Yeah, no, I didn't. But you stopped that card that you did. Okay.
It's a heads up.
Show these guys what card it was.
Where does it go, lad?
What are we on?
6 of hearts.
6 of hearts.
What?
Click the lights.
How
Click
did
the
you
lights.
choose any?
Oh, thank God for that.
Wow.
Thank God for that.
How did you choose the cards?
6 of hearts.
Absolutely amazing.
There we go.
Wow.
And now we're going to make Susie vanish. We're not really.
So there we go. No? I don't think so.
there we
Is there any
go.
more questions, or are we going to...
Cheers, Ollie.
So no worries.
So how did you do that?
I know really well.
We have Joe Elizabeth Powell, who wants to know, where do you think your letters look best at on the 7th, which is here?
That corner's quite nice.
So, well,
It
yeah,
does look quite
corner.
good.
That red heart's
Oh,
amazing.
tabletop letters work really well here. You've got the bar here that sometimes isn't in use. So you have Mr. and Mrs. on the table, or love on the table.
Yeah,
and
the little
then,
letters work really well, dotted around.
What's that called? The entrance to the pantry.
The main hallway.
Yeah, you've got the main hallway, so we've done surnames there, or love, and matched in with the table, light up table plans, ties it in really nicely. So yeah.
There's a nice plain wall opposite the bar as well in the main room. It's kind of just big enough for a set, which works quite well.
Yeah.
There's lots of different spaces in this venue, isn't there? Because we're
Yeah.
only in one space at the minute. There's another room at the back where you can get married, the ceremony room, then there's the bar area, and then there's like little pods.
I think someone earlier said, "Can you give us a tour?" I think if they understood the setup that you've got going on here, we'd love to give you a tour. I imagine, but
I think we're pretty much there, aren't we?
I think so, yeah.
Just one thing I'd like to mention, if there's any questions, any more questions, please feel free to carry on commenting on the video, and anyone of the 5 of us will endeavour to answer them tomorrow or tonight if we get time. So please feel free to fire your questions in.
Yeah, big thank you to Sam Fitton. What's your website? Give on the plug.
samfitton.com, or you can head to Manchester Wedding Magician, which is more kind of .co.uk, which is more the wedding related.
Yeah, cool. And Ollie and Susie, your website is
thewordisLove.co.uk.
lovely. And a big thank you to Sarah, the manager here at, on the 7th, and all the staff at Eclectic Hotels and on the 7th, and also Harry from the Switch Entertainment for making it all possible, because it really looks amazing, the lighting and all that. So that's it. As Gavin said,
Well done, mate.
we'll continue to answer questions throughout the week. You can watch the video as many times as you like, and look forward to seeing you on the next one, which will be announced in the next couple
We're
of days.
changing, aren't we? We're going to go to a regular slot every month.
I think so, yeah.
It's probably going to be the first week in every month, I think.
So
On
it's more
Monday
regular,
still.
and you guys know.
So you know when it is,
to
yeah.
join us.
But thanks very much for joining us, and thanks for your comments. We appreciate it.
Lovely. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.